Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel of our live them stand of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is a quick lesson through the Spirit. This is an article from RT. It says, world's first nationwide lockdown for the you-know-what approved. All right, so here we go. This is it, because we know that Austria and these different nations, America is going to follow in the same footsteps as these other nations. So we can expect for some type of a draconian law like this to come over here in the States, okay? Because this is ultimately an experiment that they're trying to incorporate, man. And this is part of the NWO. You know what I'm saying? So through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, hey, man, we've already told you people that, we've told you so. So, hey, embrace yourself. What up, bro? Shit, man.
How you been, G?
I've been good, bro.
Oh, hell yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, bro.
Oh, it's all good, man. Yes, sir. I'll holler at you, boy. Yep. It's a lot. But anyway, it says here, Austria will impose new curbs on the you-know-what starting Monday. It says the measure aims to ease pressure on the hospitals and ICU. But ask yourself, how in the hell would they ease pressure on the ICU and the hospitals if you putting these people on LD? Let's just say if they do croak inside their house, are you going to let them die inside the house? No. Because the people that's not dealing with Vanessa Waters are not the ones that's the problem. And that's what they're trying to get everybody to think and believe, that people that's dealing with Vanessa or not dealing with the Vanessa Waters is the problems, man. And they're not the problem. All right? It's clearly not, and science proved that, studies proved that. You had dignitaries that came out and proved that worked for these establishments that we're rebuking. Okay? So it says here, the lockdown will come into effect at midnight and will apply to people aged 12 and older who have not been V and have not recently recovered from the you-know-what. All right? It says this step was not easy to take, but it's necessary, Chancellor Alexander Schallenberg said. It says the risk of the you-know-what is much higher. Therefore, we are forced to take this difficult step to reduce the number of contacts. Which he's a goddamn demon, man. All right? Chancellor Alexander's a straight demon. He's a devil. All right? Because, hey, you better believe without a reasonable doubt he's not dealing with this whole thing. He's not dealing with this, if you know what I mean. He's not dealing with it. And this is the, matter of fact, let me show you how his devil looks. Fucking weirdo, man. I believe this is him, if I'm not mistaken. Just damn weirdos, man. Look at these devils. You can tell that their spirit is not right in them. Their spirit is not right. Totally. Just look at the type of countenance that they have. These are people that's running your world. These are people that's telling you, giving you advice on your health. These are people that's giving you advice on what to do with your children, ultimately giving your children over into the lesser side or the undesirable side. These are the people, man. Look at these devils. This is fucking weird looking, man. And this is the guy that's, I'm not saying him in particular, but these are men like this that's running your world. So you can't tell me that something is not right about these people. Come on, man. Then, of course, you got Jesse Jackass Jackson. But these are basically the devils that run your world. Look at these fucking devils. That's scary looking.
6th Street, 1054.
Look at this guy. Johannes Nicholas Smith.
10-4.
Oh, man. This devil is through, boy, let me tell you. And you tribes, man, you put your faith in these people. You follow these people. You believe in them. You believe in these Edomites, man. You believe that these are the ones that's going to get you back to the place that you so long desire to be, which is going to end in the downfall of you people, man. All right. So anyway, let me go back to the article here. So anyway, it says Schallenberg said, oh, my bad. I looked up the wrong guy, but that's the spirit, because either way it go, man, you can see the spirit that they're coming in. Alexander Schallenberg, this is actually him right here. So Salakia, I was the wrong guy. But nonetheless, I mean, shit, they're a bunch of damn weirdos, It's no different from him or the other guy we just seen, but nonetheless, they're under the same criteria. And I guarantee you that these devils here, they're not partaking in the stuff that they're pushing on the people. They don't have to. Why? Because they're above the law. This is for you people. But it says here, Scalabard said the fourth wave of the infections has hit the country with full force, but yet there has not been any increases. And you know what? All right, no new, no new, none of that. But yet they're still exercising their right to put you people out of your misery, man. And it says the chancellor once again urged people to get in order to break the wave. Otherwise, we'll never escape this vicious cycle, okay? And that was never the plan to come up out of this thing. That was never a plan for this thing to end. Okay, Esau never planned on the end because he keeps coming up with different measures in order to perpetuate it, man, in order to propagate it. All right, it says 2 of the hardest hit regions, Upper Austria and Salzburg, were the first to announce that they will impose a lockdown on Monday. And that's coming to Babylon in one form or fashion. But it says Interior Minister Karl Nehammer earlier said lockdown violators will face a hefty fines. It says customers may be punished with a fine up to $573 for flouting restrictions, while businesses may be slapped with penalties for up to $34,354, which the money is going to cause people to comply. All right, because when people see these big domino figures, they feel, oh shit, we have to comply, because they use debt. Debt is used as an ultimate weapon against the people, because the biggest fear of the average citizen is debt and getting out of debt. Okay, you spend your whole life getting out of debt just to accumulate more debt, whether it be a house, a car, whether it be different credit cards, businesses, whatever. But it's all designed for you to be in debt. All right. But it says here, the idea of the lockdown exclusively targeting the was first floated in the government in September as a response to a nightmare scenario in which 30% of ICU beds were occupied by the patients. And I guarantee you, if you went over there, that would not be the case. They were saying the same thing here in Babylon about a year ago, even this year. And I've drove past one of these institutions every single day on the job. And yet it says a 4-minute wait time in an emergency room. Okay, and anybody that's been to an emergency room, it usually takes hours to get seen. But yet a 4-minute wait in the midst of this, somebody's lying. And it says, and it is rising, but it says, but health officials have grown increasingly alarmed that hospitals will become crowded amid what they call the pandemic of the you-know-what. But it says President Alexander Van der Bellen warned on Saturday that the situations in some hospitals and ICUs was unbearable, and it can deteriorate further unless strong action is taken. But roughly 65% of Austria's 9 million population have been fully but one of the lowest rates in Europe according to Reuters. But the Australian government warned about 83% of the symptomatic cases recorded between January and September of this year involved the And when people read this article, they're gonna really fall for the okie doke. They're gonna really believe in what's being said. Why? Because it's coming from a quote unquote credible source. All right, which nothing Esau says is credible. Okay, everything that he basically teaches and spews is nothing more but it's folly. It's a lie. Has no truth to it. So anyway, let's get the book of Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Okay, people are in mourning state right now because yet they're coming out with all these facts on both sides of the totem pole that look, this is what it is and this is what it's not. And people are pissed off either way. People are pissed off for taking it and mad at the people that didn't take it, and the people that didn't take it is pissed off with the people that took it, because they're the ones that they're the super SPREADERS. Okay, the ones that took it, they're releasing the pathogen from their bloodstreams, etc. To make things happen. And I have to speak this way because this devil, man, he's been really, really petty with these videos lately. He's really been flagging brothers for petty nonsense. So therefore we're speaking in code. But going back to the precepts, because this is coming to Babylon the Great, all right, whether you believe it or not, in the form of this, or it may be the MOTB. However, they were talking about once the economic meltdown comes, and that's when they're going to start detaining people, because they know it's going to be chaotic, But anyway, this is the book of Revelation 2, and I'm going to start at verses 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So when you go back into the article here, it says a nationwide lockdown. When you're locked down, you're basically in prison. Whether it's in your house, whether it's in a prison cell, or wherever you want to call it, you could be locked up in a closet. That's still considered prison because you're bound against your will. All right. So you look up lockdown, it says a state of period in which the movement within and access to an area is restricted in the interest of public safety or health. So it's lockdown. Basically, you're in prison. All right. And they're pushing this. Like if y'all saw the movie called Songbird, it went into the C-23, which technically the Delta, Lambda, Pilsen, all these different variants. It equates to 19, 20, 21, 22. I think we're right in 22 now. Okay, because they got the different Greek terminology for these particular variants, which basically is an extra number. It ain't 19, 20, 21, 22, and you can look it up. But it says, the devil should cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, I will give thee a crown of life. So in some cases, the men of the Lord will have to come face to face with death because, man, they're bringing back guillotines, which that's been talked about. You know, the FEMA camps, you know, they're closing down all these Walmarts and all these department stores to detain people. And this new coming lockdown or whatever they're going to do, they're going to round people up and put them in these facilities, man. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because Esau is the damn devil that the Bible talks about. And if you can't see that, then obviously you're part of the problem. Okay? The hell? Anyway, I just lost my train of thought. That kind of threw me off. So it's Revelation 2 and 10. It's a good precept. Yeah, Salakia, man. That noise in the background kind of made me lose my train of thought. Oh yeah, wisdom. No, Sirach. No, I was looking for the book of Maccabees. Maccabees 1, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses. Let's start at verses 29. It says, and after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector to tribute into the cities of Judah, which is the Israelites, okay, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. At this time, it was mainly the southern kingdom, because at this time, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the northern kingdom had already come or was coming to the side of the world. All right, so this is mainly Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. It says the cities of Judah who came into Jerusalem with great multitude and spake peaceable words unto them. So we've heard this. You know, yeah, we're going to give you stimulus money. We're going to cut you $14 billion. You know, we're going to curve or flatten this and that. We're going to come up with an infrastructure bill. It all sounds good, but overall, there's no particular substance behind it. It says, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. Okay, so you can't believe anything that Esau Edom tells you. It says, for when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. Okay, so you Negro, Latino, and Native Americans that's going down and fucking with the Jabberwocky, getting your kids all part of this juice system, you're gonna be the ones that's gonna be on the outside, man. Okay, you're gonna be the ones that's looking crazy in the end because you put your faith and trust in Esau. Okay, when the men of the Lord have been out there constantly for years warning you, don't put your faith in Esau nor the system, but put your faith and trust in the higher power, which is your God, Yahweh, and his son, Yahushua. All right, because when you put your faith in the power that created heaven and earth, then you'll be okay. Okay, because you have something forward to look forward to, and you got to understand that our power is more powerful than anything Esau can conjure up, because our power is the one that's giving him the green light to do what he's doing and ultimately controlling him on the left hand side, you know. And it says here, and when he had taken the spoils of the city, it says when he had taken the spoils of the city, it says he set it on fire and poured down the houses and thereof on every side. So he came in the city, he besieged it. Okay, he went door to door, killing men, women, children, the elderly, you know. And it says, but the women and children they took captive and possessed the cattle, meaning they took our goods, our substance. It says, and they builded the city of David with a great and strong wall and mighty towers and made it a stronghold for them, you know, basically setting up garrisons in our fortresses. It says, and they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein, meaning they locked themselves in. They kind of solidified it. It says, and they stored it also with armor and with victuals, and when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there, and so they became a sore snare. For it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary and evil adversaries to Israel. Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary and defiled it. Okay, and this is what's happening. They wanted to defile the real temple, the temple now, okay, which is the Israelites, starting with the men of the Lord first, you know, because we don't have a physical temple. The physical temple has been destroyed. So it's the spiritual temple, which is the brothers waking up on the highways and the byways, and mainly all Israel, you know. And it says, and so much that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them, whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers and became strange to those that were born in her, and her own children left her, right? Because the customs was unfamiliar, keeping the customs of the Greek, pork, you know, eating lobster and all that other stuff, man. Like I was in a vehicle with one of my coworkers, man, and he know he's an Israelite, but he came out of the house with these shrimp on, man. When I said that shit made me sick to my stomach, I damn near threw up because I haven't smelled shrimp in a long time, and it smells just like it's the worst shit you can ever smell. You know, that in pork is bad, but yet I'm like, ain't you an Israelite, bro? What the hell you doing eating shrimp? You know, and it was just the nastiest shit. It basically smelled like a chick with a pH level of 1. If you know what that smells like, it smells like death. You know, and it was just like, wow. But hey, that's part of the customs that these heathens put upon our people. And a lot of these people knew they were Israelites, man. Okay, outside of the ones that wasn't Hellenized. And it says, and our sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness, and our feasts were turned into mourning, and our Sabbaths into reproach, honor into contempt, as been her glory, was so her dishonor increased, and her excellency was turned into mourning. But moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, okay, the NWO. This is what's happening. It says here, and everyone shall leave his laws. Basically, taking a Jabberwocky is leaving the laws of the Most High, because the scriptures tell you, Leviticus 19:27, you're not supposed to carve anything in your flesh. All right. It says here, leave his law. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. And yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion. Motherfuckers like Johanna, okay, Nate, all them guys, man. And once again, they spraying all these goddamn chemtrails in the air. It's like, it's ridiculous. They literally sprayed a clear blue sky, and now it's nothing but haze and chemicals in the air. And wonder why we getting ready to have some jacked up weather this winter. It's sad, man. We got to get the fuck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? You should be tired waking up seeing these fucking devils destroy the planet Earth like this. Though it's America is going to be destroyed, but it's just the fact that their nature. If the Most High granted them an extra minute of rulership, these devils will literally destroy the whole earth, man. You know, because we got to breathe that shit in. You know, it's getting in your skin. You having respiratory illnesses. You having inclement weather that's not natural. It's just a big mess, you know. And it says here, sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath. For the king of Judah sent letters by messenger into Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land. Okay, so this is basically what's happening when you read these articles, when you look at these particular news clips of these particular talking heads. You know, prime example like this is nothing more but a ladder to tell people, look, this is what's going to happen if you don't consent into our religion. You know, we're going to lock you down. So, hey, take heed, brothers, man. We at them times. And, hey, just give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and a ball.